Hey kids, Roaming Minstrel here, and this video is going to be about fretboard logic. It's going to be an explanation of how notes go up on your fretboard and how you can utilize them when you're making bar chords. Now if you go back to a couple of my earlier videos, you learned about what notes were and how they were represented going from half steps and whole steps up the scale. Well anyway, your notes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then they repeat A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so forth. Now, there are certain intervals between notes, and intervals are just frets going up your fretboard. So one fret is a half step, and two frets together equals a whole step. Now between A and B, that's a whole step, so two frets. B to C is a half step, one fret. C to D is two, D to E is two, E to F is one, F to G is 2, and then G back to A is 2. So the only two notes that have a half step interval between them are B to C and then E to F. Now what we're going to do is break this down and just do a certain pattern that you can follow. We're going to work on the 3rd, 5th, and 7th frets of your guitar, which you may have dots on the neck of your guitar to show you what fret number you're in. That'll help you along. So in your 3rd fret of your low E string, if you're barring, you go from your E string all the way down, covering all the strings. The shape that you make with these fingers is going to determine whether it's a major chord, minor chord, 7th, suspended, diminished, basically any chord that you're going to utilize using the fretboard. Now, if you were going to play a G major chord, which is what we're going to start out with, you're basically playing the shape of what you would for an E major open chord. So you've got 3, 5, 5, 4, and then the rest of the bars go 3, 3. Off of your E string, this shape with these fingers remains consistent. So if this is a G chord, from G to A is a whole step, so that's 2 frets. It's the exact same shape, but you'd go up 1, 2. That's your A major bar chord. Going up from A to B, that's another whole step. 1, 2. So we used the same shape in 3 different frets, but we went from G to A to B. 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. And those are all major chords. Now if you made a bar chord off of your A string in the 3rd fret, you would have to make the shape with these fingers to represent a major chord, which would be like the shape of an A if you played it open. You'd slide that up and then bar from your 3rd fret down, and that would be a C bar chord. You can make that shape with these fingers, or you can take your ring finger and bend it backwards and bar all 3 of those, a shape like that. And that would also be a C bar chord. What I'm doing with my middle finger is muting the low E string, so I just hear the notes that I need to for the C chord. Going up a whole step to the 5th fret, that's your D. Going up a whole step to the 7th fret, that's E. C, D, E. These are all whole step intervals and all major chords. G, A, B, C, D, E. Now from here, you just make adjustments with these fingers in the bar to make it a minor or a 7th or any other chord you're trying to play. So back to our G major chord. If we're going to make this minor, we have to flat the 3rd, which basically means taking your middle finger off. So now you're playing just 3, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3. And that becomes G minor. That's A minor. That's B minor. On to C, if we're going to play this minor, our 3rd is on the B string. That has to go down a half step. So we're going to play 3, 5, 5, 4, 3. And that'd be C minor. C minor, D minor, E minor, G minor, A minor, B minor, C minor, D minor, E minor. Now say we're going to go to a 7th, like a G7. Well this, we have to take our octave note down a whole step to play dominant 7. So you take your pinky off, because that is where your octave is. G7, A7, B7. If we did that off the A string, we're at C. We've got to take its octave and move it down a whole step. So you've got 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, C7, D7, E7. Now, say we wanted to play a G sharp. Well, what a sharp does is it moves your root note up 1/2 step. So, if I was playing G sharp, I'd go from G up 1/2 step and G sharp. Now say it was G sharp minor. Well, I've already got my root note right, so I have to make it minor. Say I wanted to make it 7. I have to take my pinky off. Now if I wanted to make it minor 7, they're both off. Oh, there we are. G sharp minor 7. A minor 7. A sharp minor 7. B7. B minor 7. Now, if I wanted to make something flat, that goes down 1/2 step. So this would be G flat, G flat, G, A flat, A, B flat, B. The same holds true if you're on your A string. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. If I went down flatted, from B to C there's only a 1/2 step interval. So this wouldn't be a C flat, it'd be a B. So this is B, C, D flat, D, E flat, E. Okay guys, so that was a quick and dirty fretboard logic explanation. Hope that helps.